Hey JH girls and JH parents. I wanted to talk about today the 4 phases of the college recruiting process. Now, I know it can be really frustrating as a parent and a gymnast to know, are you on target? Are you doing the things that you need to be doing? So that's why I came up with the 4 phases of the recruiting process. Now, this isn't something from the NCAA. This is just something I designed to help parents understand and gymnasts what they're going through and how important it is to be aware that you can't jump from one phase to another without doing each phase properly. All right, so here are the 4 phases. Phase 1 is research and exposure. Phase 2 is the work phase. Phase 3 is the outreach phase. Phase 4 is the decision-making phase. All right, so let's review those in more detail. Phase 1, research and exposure. Really important phase, all right? So here at JH Consulting, we typically will target 10 colleges. And we do that by giving our clients websites and different things for them to do themselves, because I want them engaged in the process to help them figure out what schools are out there first, and then which schools they should target. Now, nobody really knows for sure because it's progressive. In gymnastics or any sport, you're going to develop and you're going to change, and the way that you are maybe in 8th grade is going to be very different than how you are as a junior in high school in terms of how you'll develop as an athlete. So you try to get a range there of researching schools, not only for the gymnastics, but also for the academics. So you want to look at what it takes to get in there, your GPA, your test scores, and do they have the majors that you are interested in? So that is phase 1, research and / exposure. Exposure is crucial. The time to get that exposure is you want to be doing that before your sophomore year if possible, in an ideal recruiting world, because after your sophomore year, the college coaches hopefully will have been following you and will start giving you phone calls. So exposure meaning going to summer camps, going to fall clinics, and that's where you can establish a relationship with the college coaches, because you can't email back and forth and you can't do phone calls. All right, so exposure is really important. The second phase is the work phase, and this one's the hardest phase if you ask me, because it's hard to be patient. So you can't progress mentally faster and physically faster than your body is capable of, or with your club coach's design for you on skills you're learning, or just your natural development. So that's the work phase. The work phase is when you're working the upgrades needed for those schools you've researched that you hope to go to. So what I recommend in the work phase is that you write out the skills or take a look at the teams in the research phase. What skills are they doing? So nowadays you can go to YouTube, you can go to their websites, and you can see what they're putting, what's in their routines, how many Ds, how many Es, and then you'll be able to see Division 1, 2, or 3. Are you going to be at their level? How much time do you have to get at that level? And then you work really hard in the gym and try to get the upgrades that you will need start value wise to be on those teams in the future. So that's the work phase. And what I find is the next phase is the outreach phase. And what I find is parents and gymnasts reach out to the schools way too soon. All right, so we all know there's recruiting questionnaire forms on the websites. Most of the time I find that parents and athletes are filling those out way too soon, and they're going to get deleted. All right, so the timing of when you send your information to a college coach is crucial. Yes, they look for potential, but more importantly, when they receive your information, you want them to put it in the file of, we want this girl. All right, so that's why the work phase, you have to be patient, do the work, get the upgrades, get the scores needed, get the videos needed, so they keep your information. All right, the 4th phase is the decision-making phase. That's the fun phase. Hopefully you'll have a few opportunities and you've gone on your visits, that would be, I would also consider in the decision phase, you'll go on your official and unofficial visits, and then you'll make your final decision. There's 2 times you can sign in gymnastics. One is in the November time period. That's the early signing period, and then a time in the spring. All right, thanks for joining me here at JH Consulting, and I look forward to continuing to offer you advice.